Hi everyone, this is Kenzie, formerly known as Stephanie. Since my last video I decided to change my name and felt I wanted something more unique since someone else had ended up taking my name, and I just felt, well, to stifle the confusion to keep from people doing that I wanted to go with something more preferable. I really love the name Kenzie, and considering it's, after I looked it up, it's considered a very unique name. So I went with it. Um, so yeah, that's the new name, Kenzie Michelle. That's what I'm going to be going with. In fact, I hope sometime soon, very shortly here, to start working on the name change, the legal name change. The state of Virginia now makes it really fairly simple to change your gender marker on your driver's license and your name. So hopefully I won't have too many problems. Um, it's been quite a while since I made my last video, I believe. I'm now 4.5 months into HRT, into my gender transition. I have new glasses. And things are really starting to take shape. I've honestly never felt happier in my life. I mean, things keep looking up and up. I keep feeling really, really great. HRT has been the best thing I've ever done, and I continue to work on my weight vigorously. I've lost almost 300 pounds. I could still be considered obese in some ways, but not for long. I think within a year and a half, I'm hoping I'll be down, you know, well into the 200 range, and that's exciting. I just want to be a normal, or try to be a semi-normal, you know, semi-thin girl or something. Maybe I'll be somewhat robust, but whatever. I'm happy to be happy either way. This transition, like I said, it's just been so phenomenal. I've been seeing I saw my therapist actually, the last time was about a month and a half ago. She's let me determine when I want to come now after almost 40 visits. She feels I'm in a good place and I'm handling my transition very diligently, and I know what I'm doing. And besides, I go maybe once a month, once every 1.5 months, like I said, just to kind of let her know what's going on and keep up. And sometimes frustration with dealing with my mom, who's disabled, I have to care for, gets to me, and so I've been dealing with that. Uh, as far as transition goes, of course you can see, if you watch any of my other videos, my face is definitely changing. I'll get up close, you can see. It's really taken on a really nice curvature already, and the new glasses really help define that. If I put on my old glasses, you can kind of still see my resemblance from before, but even that's changing now, and it makes me really happy. My hair is obviously down below my shoulders now. It's much softer. Uh, takes a lot of, I have to do a lot to care for it. Not too much compared to some women, but just some gel, which I've never actually had to use in my life, and I love it. I love how beautiful it looks. I get compliments all the time from other trans women and even women themselves saying how beautiful my hair looks, and they wish they had my hair. So, excuse me. I am working on my voice. I kind of go, as you heard, it kind of, but I'm okay with it. I don't think it's overly malish. I don't think you can overly detect unless I get too deep. I think this sounding right here sounds pretty good. My skin, arms, legs, everywhere. My stomach, my skin can just get softer and softer and softer, and it's it's so amazing. Just that little change is such a confidence booster. Um, Other things like the hair on my arms and my legs has substantially slowed down. They did get more blonde, uh, yeah, but they barely grow. I mean, I went from having to shave once a week to now I'm sometimes don't even have to shave once every two weeks on my arms. I still do a couple times a week on my legs, even though the hair barely grows. It's just I really enjoy having soft, smooth legs, and it makes me feel good to do that. Um, Hair on my chest has significantly lessened up, thank God. I was really hating the chest hair. It was really depressing. So I still have to shave it, but instead of having to do it every week, it's gone to about every week and a half to 2 weeks, which is nice. And sometimes I could probably even wait longer because it's really slowed down. Body shape, being heavy, it's hard to really tell. I have a lot of excess skin right now. A lot of people say you can't tell, but I can. Um, I can tell the fat is, you know, some of it has transitioned to my hips. It's starting to, but I always had somewhat pretty big hips, especially when I was much bigger. So I'm not. It's just you can tell by the curvature of my hips if I'm looking down here and the way it flows down to my knees and curves. It looks much more feminine, and and my butt's definitely changing a bit. You know, I've my confidence, like as I've mentioned before, is just off the charts. I feel like the fog that has lifted off my head, that fog I had for 30 years, that I couldn't fully think or fully write or fully do anything. Like I had this major writer's block that would never leave my head. Has finally gone away completely. I feel like I could write for hours. I could do anything I put my mind to now, and it's so wonderful to just feel calm and relaxed and be able to think normally, be able to cry normally for the first time. I mean, I get very emotional even now, which is something I wanted. If you watch my other videos, I say I wanted it really badly, um, and it's very interesting. From what I've read other people say about it, it's pretty true. It's pretty much true. I find myself crying just because I empathize with someone like, from watching NCIS, empathize with Gibbs, or empathize with someone else that's, for any reason I could just cry simply for that. I cry when things are sad. Um, and it's not like it's always sadness type of thing, but like I said, if I emphasize or I'm happy, I can cry then. And it's just the tears flow and you let it go, and then suddenly you feel brighter, happier, and in a flick of a minute or two, and it's great, fantastic. Emotional wise, my rages have calmed down significantly. Um, I used to get really angry, frustrated, and that has calmed down. Now I still have my little outburst, but they're significantly less, and I'm really appreciative of that. Um, Other benefits, you know, a certain one downstairs that I'm not gonna discuss that much. I shouldn't even bring that up, but that's positive in itself because it was already small to begin with, but it's actually shrinking even more, which is a good thing. My breasts are developing. Hard to see here in the video. You can't really see it right now anyway. But with my heavier stomach, it's kind of hard to think that, oh, well, he's just heavy, or she's just heavy. They don't. Some people haven't really differentiated between me. My neighbors are just starting to take notice. Some people are really just starting to tell that something's different. But my neighbors haven't really said anything. My, my I did, however, last week I did go to Walmart and I was just wearing pink shorts, excuse me, for the first time in my life. Wore that and a rather in between shirt like this, blue shirt, and my workouts shoes along with my little booty socks. And I'd already shaved, and I was wearing my glasses, no makeup or anything. And I didn't hear anything. I didn't see anyone giving me a second look. I didn't see anything, so I couldn't tell if they thought I was still a guy, or if they thought I was just a girl. Nobody said anything, and that made me really, really happy. I was kind of like, hey, this is progress. I did have an outing the next day where I wore my older glasses going out by mistake, and I did hear a girl say to her boyfriend as I was getting out of the car. She looked over at me, and then she looked at her boyfriend and said, I can distinctly hear, honey, is that a boy or is that a girl? And he looks over and he's like, I think it's a girl, but I can't tell. She just kind of looks at me and shakes her head and keeps going with, okay. So, it's positive. Um, I'm not much else has really changed. I'm basically still taking care of my mother who's disabled, double amputee. She was doing really well, but right now I may have to take her to the ER tonight because she's dealing with chronic pain and the doctors are being jerks. So instead of writing a prescription refill and taking care of the issue, they're going to make me spend $600 to $1,000 and have her go to the hospital so she can get it taken care of because she's really feeling bad right now. But otherwise, I've been exercising, you know, regularly again. I did hurt my knee back in May, near the middle to end of May. Mild MCL sprain in my left knee because I was pushing myself really hard between exercising on the bike, walking. I was doing sometimes 18 miles a day, 2, 3, 4 days in a row. So I was really pushing hard. And yeah, the weight was really coming down and I was really happy with it. But then I hurt my leg and I ended up having to take 6 to 8 weeks off. Pretty much couldn't do anything. I tried to push it. I actually kept pushing and pushing even after I knew that it was there. And it got worse and worse. If I hadn't stopped, I probably would have had, major long-term trouble. But luckily, things have healed up. Last week was the first week I biked again for 2 times in a week. I biked, the last couple weeks before that I biked once a week. Last week I did twice, 14 miles each time. So it's, some of that's hill climbing. So it's quite a workout, and I really enjoy it. I keep walking. I haven't been necessarily doing 12 laps every time, especially since the biking and that with my leg. A lot of times because of having to take care of mom and other things going on, sometimes I've only gotten a lap or 2 in. Last night I only got 3 in. But then there's other nights I've gotten 10 to 12 done, no problem. So, it's just different, but I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep going, keep doing what I do, and I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep doing this probably for the rest of my life. I have a dream, and I want to live it, and I want to be there. And people are going to accept me for who I am, and I'm going to live that dream, or they're not, and they can just go their separate ways. I haven't told my father, my dad, as of yet. I want to, but considering he is a hard-nosed right-wing Republican, I don't know how well he's going to take it. And since he likes to blame my mom for things and not taking responsibility for his actions, I know he's just going to put it right back on mom and blame the divorce and me living with her and say, oh, you're not, this is because you were living with her, da da da. And I don't want to hear it. I did tell several of my closest friends. A lot of them do know. Only a couple of my gaming friends know, the closest ones. But that's going to be changing, especially shortly because I'm going to be coming out more and more. best thing I can advise people is just do what's best for you. Uh, do what's best for you as far as transition. Don't think that you can't do it. You can. I didn't think I could do it 3 years ago, and 3 years ago I was in a walker. I was told I'd never walk again. I was 600 pounds at the time, and I got a second chance by the Lord or whoever allowed me to walk again. And so I took it, and I've run with it ever since. I'm walking. I'm not running yet, but I'm walking. I'm biking. I'm doing everything I've always wanted to. Hopefully, eventually, I'll be able to, resume my career. But for now, I'm happy just doing what I want to do, what I'm doing here, and going back to school sometime here soon. But I have to care for mom. Someone needs to be here 24/7 for her. I can't leave except to do a few errands or do my exercise. So basically, that's really it. I just wanted to do this video, say hi, let everyone see how things are going, and stay positive. Keep doing what you need to do. Uh, I have faced one thing I do want to touch on before I close out is I have faced a little bit of opposition. If I wouldn't bring that up, I would, uh, but mainly I have no problem with the Coumadin clinic where I go to because I have to have my blood checked occasionally. They want to be sure that that I'm doing fine on HRT, but they also have me on Coumadin, so just in case because of my weight. And I had a history of DVT once, but that was over 12, 13 years ago. So, just as a precaution, I haven't had any problem. They don't foresee a problem because estrogen, while it does cause an increased risk for blood clots, it doesn't affect INR. So it's really a positive thing. If I was transitioning the other way, female to male, it'd probably be impossible. My opposition, though, I've faced it. There are some of the pharmacy people there. There's one woman who knows, and she's very supportive. The others don't really know as of yet, but they can see because I'm on certain medications, and you can tell they get these kind of looks, and they get really hush and mum about it. I did have to have minor surgery a couple weeks ago, and the surgeon, Dr. Ritter, was really, really helpful. She was understanding. I told them I was transgender. She asked me what I preferred to be called. I said Kenzie. That's what she called me. Very, very professional, and I was very happy with that. But regardless, you're still going to find places that aren't going to be totally supportive. You're going to find certain restaurants, certain places of business that just aren't going to want to help you. Um, I did have to frequent charities a lot over the last couple of years to help mom, help get food in the house, and when things were really bad. And a lot of those charities are starting to turn away and turn their head because they are church related and as soon as they come out, they find out you're transgender or they have a suspicion, they won't help you. It's sad, really. God should love everybody, but it is what it is. Anyway, I have to get off here and I have to go do a few things. I hope this video has been informative, and I apologize for it being so long, but time goes by fast. I'll try to do another one soon as I can. I'm excited for the future. I mean, the next several months are going to be so exciting. I can't wait to see how I look. I can't wait to see what I can wear and where my life is going to go from here. Hopefully I'll meet somebody, be another female or male to female, or female to male, or even just a regular guy, someone to be willing to accept me as is. I've never had a girlfriend. I've never had a boyfriend. I am literally the walking 38-year-old virgin. I know it's sad to say, it's depressing. It's I've cried a few times lately on that, but I've been given to that for a reason, and hopefully when I find love, it'll be, kind of like the Princess Bride. It'll be true love. So anyway, thanks again, and take care. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Find me on You'll find me on Twitter at Ciri Antares. That's CIRIANTARES. You'll find me on Facebook. Just search for Kenzie Michelle Mills, Mills, or here on YouTube. Yeah, that's basically it. If you play World of Warcraft, just look for hashtag Coffin, COFFIN, Bone, BONE, hashtag 1460. So Coffin Bone, hashtag 1460. And feel free to add me on there. All right, thanks again.